Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitayah Pataye Namaha. Om Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Atulita Baladhamam Hemashailaabhadeham Danujavana Krishanum Jnaninam Agraganyam Sakala Gunanidhanam Vanaranamadhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Dhyayami Chinmayanandam Gurudevam Mahamatim Prema Purnam Kriyashilam Sada Lokahiteratam Kripalum Sundarakaram Samartham Satyadarshinam Vacha Tattva Prakashinya Shoka Moha Vinashinam. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Namah Shri Tulsi Dasa Sadvarishtaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamrite Name. Om Shri Tulsi Dasaya Namaha. Hari Om, a very warm welcome to the last day session in this series. Uthau Rama, sage Vishwamitraji, instructed Ramchandraji to arise, to raise from his seat for the sake of accomplishing the task of bending and breaking the Shiva Dhanush. Udita Udayagiri Manchapara Raghuvara Balapatanga. Just as the Bala Surya, Balapatanga means what? Bala Surya, the Surya Kirana, when it rises in the eastern horizon, Bikase Santa Saroja Sabha, when it rises, all the saints, Bikase Santa Saroja Sabha. Santa Saroja Sabha meaning what? the various lotuses, all the Santa Purushas were equated to various lotuses, and just as when the sun rises, all the lotuses open, blossom. Similarly, the hearts of all the Santa Purushas were so delighted. Harashe lochana bhringa. It was so delighted, like the bhringa, the bee, becomes so happy and delighted when it sees the fresh blossomed lotus, fresh blossomed flower. Then, now there is a beautiful description. We will see in the 255th Chaupai. नृपन केरियासा निसिनासी बचन नखत अवलीन प्रकाशी मानी महिप कुमुद सकुचाने कपटी भूप उलूक लुकाने भये बिशोक कोक मुनि देवा बरि सही सुमन जनावहि सेवा गुरपद बंदी सहित अनुरागा राम मुनि सन आय सुमागा सहज ही चले सकल जग स्वामी मत मंजुबर कुंजर गामी चलत राम सब पुर नर नारी पुलक पूरी तन भये सुखारी बंदी पितर सुरस कृत संभारे जौ कछु पुण्य प्रभाव हमारे तौ शिव धनु मृणाल की नाई तोरहु राम गणेश गोसाई राम ही प्रेम समेत लखी सखिन समीप बोलाई सीता मातु स्नेह बस बचन कहि बिलखाई सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भय सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। नृपन केरियासा निसिनासी. When the sun rises, just as the darkness is dispelled, when Ramchandraji arose from his seat, all the, hopes of all the other kings who have already failed, who have already lost the battle, competition. They have already lost. But some hope was there. Why was that hope? Probably, if Rama also does not lift the bow, then Sitaji has to be got married. Therefore, can I stand a chance? Was a little vague corner, shady hope all the kings had. But when Rama rose from his seat, that was sufficient. All the vague hopes what the kings had got destroyed. Bachana nakhata avalina prakasi. All the boasting with which they came, with that arrogance, was there when they came, all that got just, thrown away, just got diminished. What is meaning what? Just as when the Surya Bhagavan rises in the sky, all the stars, the little stars, the rows of stars which were twinkling, all of them lost its so-called elegance because of the beautiful sun that rose in the eastern horizon. Vachana nakhata avalina prakasi. Mani mahipa kumuda sakuchaine. And the arrogant princes, all those kings and princes who had come, all of them, all the arrogance in them totally got closed up. Meaning what? It just closed itself. Like how the lotus flower will close itself when the sun goes. Or when the lily, you also know that there is one night lily. Night lily wakes up in darkness, in the presence of the moon. But the moment sun arises, that lily closes up. No more able to be in the blossomed state. Similarly, all the king's arrogance, pride, etc., completely, shriveled, it closed up, it just vanished. Kapati bhupa uluka lukhane, just as the owls, during the day, it is said they can't see. Owls cannot see during the daytime. Their eyes are very bright only during the dark. Just as when the sun arises, all the owls go to their respective spot where they hide themselves. All the kings also shrank. They went meaning what? Some of them probably left the stadium itself. Could not take that shame. Many of them left itself. Bhaye bisoka koka muni deva. All the sages, the celestial beings, Chakravaka bird, koka, muni devas, sages and devas, barisahi sumana janavahi seva. All of them were extremely delighted. So much they were delighted, they rained flowers from the sky on Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji, and they considered it as a seva. Janavahi seva. Gurapada bandi sahita anuraga Rama muni nasana aya sumaga. Gurapada. First, Ramchandra ji offered his namaskaram, vandana to the Guru, Sri Vishwamitra ji, with love. Sahita anuraga. It is not a mechanical. We see everywhere when people come, when they even touch the feet of the gurus, etc., it is one mechanical only. There is no bhava in it. When we surrender at the feet of the Lord or the Guru, it must be a bhava purvaka sharanagati. Bhava purvaka namaskara. Only then it is called as namaskara. Otherwise, it is one exercise to your body, that's all. That too, you can't call it as an exercise. One time you just do like that, it doesn't make any sense. Isn't it? Now look at that. Guru pada bandi sahita anuraga. So whenever you offer your prostrations at the feet of the Guru, that prostration must come out of your will, your heart, filled with lots of love, devotion, dedication, commitment. Only then it is called as namaskara. Remember this always. Not only Guru, anybody, any elders for that matter, and of course Bhagavan. When you have to do namaskaram, do it with bhava. Guru pada bandi sahita anuraga, Rama muni nisana ayasumaga. Not only Vishwamitra ji, look at that beauty. He also turned towards all the sages, Rishi Munis, all of them who were seated at one particular place. He also turned towards them, did namaskar and took their permission as though. Rama muni nisana ayasumaga. He asked for permission to go ahead. Sahajahi chale sakala jagaswami. Bhagavan, who is Jagaswami, who is the Lord of the creation itself, meaning what? Everywhere it is His only. Jagaswami, sahajahi chale. Very natural grace. His grace was natural. And then he left. Mata manjubara kunjaragami. How it is being described? It is how the gracious elephant walks on the road. No, we have seen our road or even the forest. When they walk majestically. Nothing can affect them. Very many times. I remember once my Acharya, Swami Chidananji, had made a mention during one of the talks. Whenever a particular person goes and does some good work, that person always will have some enemies who will talk about him, unnecessarily blame him for something, unnecessarily talk ill about him, and bring him down as though they cannot. It is, he compares it so beautifully. He says, in the street, there are a lot of street dogs. And when the elephant marches on the street, the street dogs may bark. They will bark, please note, at a distance only. They dare not come near the elephant. But the elephant doesn't care for such, a sound or a scare or something. Elephant majestically walks undisturbed. Think, undisturbed. He walks majestically. And after some time, the dogs, tired, they go and lie down. Similarly, Ramchandraji woke up from his seat, arose from his seat, and walked majestically in his own native grace, natural grace. Matta manjubara kunjaragami, just as the majestic elephant walks. Chalata Rama sabapura nara nari. As and when Chalata Rama, when Rama was walking, while he was walking, the whole Purajana, Nara Nari, Purajana, they were all there, all of them. Pulaka Puritana Bhai Sukhari, all of them rejoiced. Now here, we must be clear, the kings who had come to participate with an intention of winning over Sita ji, they may not have, enjoyed. However, even among those people, there are few people who are good intention. We saw earlier, isn't it? Even those people became delighted. And one of the commentators say, it seems those people who were talking ill about Ramchandraji earlier, match fixing, etc., we discussed, even those people, they forgot all their previous blabberings and they started enjoying that gracious walk of Bhagavan Ramchandraji. What to talk of Pura, Nara, Nari? Naturally. And also, all the men and women of the Janakapuri, they were waiting for this particular moment. They did not want any other king to win over. They were waiting for Ramchandraji to win. So when Ramchandraji walked, they were all delighted. And, their hair stood up. Meaning what? They were all horripilated to see the gracious walk of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji. Bandi pitara sura sukrita sambhari. Ramchandraji, Bandi meaning what? Invoked. From the inner heart, he offered his namaskarams, his prayers. To whom? Pitara Sura Sukrita Sambhare, to all the ancestors and gods, devatas, and also remembering all their past good deeds, he offered namaskarams to all of them. Jao kachu punya prabhavu hamare. Now the people were thinking, in fact, in case little punya is there in my baggage, look at that beautiful, this is a beautiful thing. That heart is something, you must actually feel that. The Nagaravasis look at their beautiful heart. They say, in case there is some punya in my account, you give it for this. Tausiva dhanu mrinala ki nai, torahu ramu ganesa gosai. If there is a little punya, let it go and help Ramchandraji to break the dhanush. And therefore, Ho Ganesha, Ho Gosai, meaning what? Hey Ganesha, my real God, my guru, all of them they must have thought, may Rama break the bow. And as though that bow, let it become very, very fragile, like a lotus stalk. Let it become that, flimsy, let it become, so that Ramchandra could just take and break it. These were the prayers of the Nagaravasis. Rama hi prema sameta lakhi. All of them. And Sitaji, all of them saw Ramchandraji. And here in particular, Sita Mata lovingly gazed on Sri Rama. When Ramachandraji, Ramahi prema sametalahi, with lot of loving affection, she saw Ramchandraji. Sakina samipa bolai. And then Sita Matu, the next line comes, Sita Matu. Sita Matu saneha basa bachana kahai bilakhai. Sita's mother, she called all her companion. She also had a group of companions. Sita ji also had a group of companions. Sita Matu saneha basa. Sita Mata, with lot of affection, called all her players. And then bachana kahai bilakhai, with lot of anguish. It's a very interesting point. When the whole arena, everybody were happy when Rama was walking, Sita's mother became very sad. Why? We will see. Out of her anguish, she spoke few words. What are they? We will see in the 256th Chaupai. Sakhi sab kautuku dekh nihare, जेवु कहावत खितु हमारे, को न बुझाई कहीं गुर पाही, ए बालक असि हट भली नाही, रावण बाण छुआ नहीं चापा, हारे सकल भूप करिदापा, सो धनुराज कुवर कर देही, बाल मराल की मंदर लेही, भूप सयानप सकल सिरानी, सखी विधि गति कछु जाति न जानी, बोली चतुर सखी मृदुबानी, तेजवंत लघु गनियन रानी, कह कुंभज कह सिंधु अपारा, सो शिवु सुजसु सकल संसारा, रवि मंडल देखत लघु लागा, उदयता सुति भुवन तम भागा, मंत्र परम लघु जासु बस, विधि हरिहर सुर सर्ब, महामत्त गजराज कहू, बस कर अंकुश खर्ब सियावर, रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भई सब संतन की जय, सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। सखी सब कौतुक देख निहारे. Hey Sakhi, Sitaji's mother, she tells her companions, "Oh dear ones, my friends, all these are mere spectators for the show. जेव कहावत हितु हमारे." All these people, they call themselves, they claim themselves to be our friends, but then they're all for the show. That's all. Ko na bajhai kahai gurapahi. Why not somebody go and tell the Guru, Vishwamitra ji, and tell him, ye balaka asi hata bhali nahi. These are boys, young boys, teenagers. Why is Vishwamitra ji insisting him to go towards the Bana? Ravana Bana Chava Nahi Chapa. Ravana, he was in the disguise. And Banasura, He was also in disguise along with Ravana. Both of them did not even touch the Bana. Why? Intelligently they evaded. They escaped. Hare Sakala Bhupa Karidapa. Sakala Bhupa, everybody, all the kings and princes, all of them Hare, they have lost. They have failed to even move the barn in 1 inch, half an inch they could not move. So Dhanuraja Kuvara Karidehi. It is very strange that the same bow Rama has to handle. How is it possible? Ravana, Banasura, all the thousands, not tens or hundreds, thousands and thousands of kings, none of them could do anything. 10,000 together could not do anything. What can this little boy do? Why can't somebody go and give some gyan to Vishwamitraji? He claims to be great jnani. What is he doing? Balamarala ki mandaralehi. It is something like giving a young swan. Hamsa Pakshi, Mount Mandara. Asking him to break Mount Mandara. He is a small swan, young swan, that too. Bala Marala. Marala Hamsa Pakshi, swan. Bala Marala, young swan. Asking that young swan to break Mandara mountain. How funny it should be. Bhupasayanapa Sakala Sirani. And she said, some good sense which was there in the king's brain. It looks like even that good sense has gone away from him to approve of these things. Sakhi biti gati khachu jani na jani, jati na jani. Oh Sakhi, I don't know where all the fate takes. Vidhi gati khachu jati jani na jani. I am not able to find what is the end result of this. What fate has in store. Boli chatura sakhi mridubani. One of the Sakhi, she gently replied, because they are in a congregation, she can't loudly tell, gently replied, Tejavanta laghu ganiya narani. O Rani, O Queen, they are Tejavanta, he is glorious, not to be lightly, regarded, not to be lightly taken. He is a glorious person because his fame has already spread. Not only in our city, all over it has spread. Kaha kambhuja kaha sindhu apara. A beautiful example is given. That particular Sakhi, she gives an example. What is that? Kaha kumbhaja kaha sindhu apara. What an example. Where is the comparison between kumbhaja? Kumbhaja means kumbhaja. Ja means the one who has taken birth. Kumbha. From the Kumbha, the one who is jar born, Agastya Rishi. We all know the story, many of us know. Anyway, I am not going to go into detail into small stories, it will delay our this one. Therefore, Kumbhaja, the one who was born in the jar, he was very small. His physique was he was very short. Small physique. Kumbhaja, Kaha Sindhu Apara. What to talk of the ocean? Huge ocean. Now, didn't he, that Agastya Muni, drank the whole ocean? Such a short Rishi, his power was such that he could drink the whole ocean and dry the place. And one very interesting note, one of the commentators gives, he not only drank, he also digested all the water. Kumbhaja, Agastya Rishi. Therefore, nobody can be taken for granted. Anybody can have any kind of power. Soshevu sujasu sakala samsara. Soshevu sujasu sakala samsara. Whole samsara, they know the glory of Agastya Muni. His Tapashakti. That's what it means. Rabi Mandala Dekhatala Gulaga. Now see, when the sun rises, the orbit of the sun appears to be very small. Isn't it? When you see the rising sun, the sun comes, but then the orbit of the sun appears to be very small. Udayata Sutribhuvana Tamabhaga. When the sun rises, Tribhuvana Tamabhaga, the darkness in all the three worlds just disappear by the sun, which has a small orbit. Think. Therefore, don't underestimate. Mantra paramula ghujasu basa vidhi harihara surasarba mahamatta gajaraja kahu basakara ankusakharba. Two more beautiful examples are given. What is that? Mantra paramalaghu. Mantra is very, very small. Ram. Beautiful mantra. Only two aksharas. Only two aksharas. Ram. That is enough. But Bidhi, Hari, Hara, Sura, Sarba, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and all the gods, Devatas. Small mantra. It can hold everybody in its way. Look at the power of that small mantra. Mahamatta Gajaraja Kahu Basakara Ankusaskarba. Huge Gajaraja, elephant. But one small spike stick can that person Mahot. I forgot that word. Occasionally this happens to me. He sits on the elephant and he has only a small stick, that spike stick. And with that he controls, he governs the elephant where it should go, what it should do. That stick was sufficient for him. Therefore, don't underestimate. Time and again it only means don't underestimate. Don't underestimate. Continuing. Kama kusuma dhanusaya kalinhe sakala bhuvana apane basakinhe debita jiya samsavu asajani bhanjaba dhanusharama sunurani sakhi bachana suni bhay paratiti mitha bishadu badhi ati priti तब राम ही बिलो की बैदेही सबय हृदय बिनवति जेहि तेहि मन ही मन मनाव अकुलानी होहु प्रसन्न महेश भवानी करहु सफल आपनि सेवकाई करिहितु हरहु चाप गुरुवाई गणनायक बरदायक देवा आजु लगे कीन्हि उतुव सेवा बार बार बिनती सुनि मोरे करहु चाप गुरुताति थोरे देखि देखि रघुबीर तन सुरमनावधरि धीर भरे बिलोचन प्रेम जल पुलकावली शरीर सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय बोलो भई सब संतन की जय सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। काम कुसुम धनुषाय कलीन्हे। हे रानी, please note, the Sakhi is speaking. Hey Rani, Kamadeva, what does he have? He has a bow and an arrow made of what? Flowers. Tender flowers. Isn't it? That is all is his ayudha. But look at Sakala Bhuvana Apane Basakinhe. Kamadeva has held the entire, all the Bhuvanas, all the Lokas under his control in the form of desire. Every desire that comes in our heart is an arrow thrown by Kamadeva. And what is that arrow? Arrow of flower. That flower which has no strength, isn't it? It is so flexible, so feeble, so soft. But that arrow of flowers, the bow of flowers which Kamadeva uses, with that he has brought all the lokas, not only the world, Triloka, he has brought under his control. Think. Therefore, again, don't jump to conclusion. Devi tajiya sansav asajani. Hey Devi, now I have given you these many examples for you to think, which has got examples where what you think is incapable has controlled the universe itself. Isn't it? Therefore, realizing this, hey Sayani, hey Rani, please don't jump to conclusion and don't have any doubts about Ramchandraji. Don't have any don't come to any conclusion. Bhanjabadhanu Shurama Sunu Rani. Rani, Sunu, listen to me. Oh Rani, Rama will break the Dhanush. Look at that confidence. Look at that trust. Look at the faith. A companion the Nagaravasis have on Bhagavan Sri Rama, whom otherwise they don't know. Think. Rama has come from Ayodhya. But the very sight of Bhagavan Ramchandraji brings so much of confidence in everyone. And the companion, that lady says, don't worry, Rama will break the Dhanusha. Sakhi bachana suni bhay paratiti. The queen felt assured. She felt reassured. She brought in that confidence. When that the Sakhi, when she said all this, the mother of Sita ji, the queen, brought lot of confidence in her, and all her, wrong thoughts, notions, all of them were cleared. Her doubts on Rama was just brushed aside, was cleaned completely. Sakhi bachana suni bhay paratiti mitha bishadu. All her despondency, her anguish, her doubt, her pain, all that were relieved. She was relieved of all that. And badhi ati priti, lot of love towards Ramchandraji started arising in her heart. Tab Rama hi biloki Vaidehi. At that time, Vaidehi, Sita ji, slowly glanced towards Ramchandraji. See, the Maryada in those days, these days, Bhagavani, in those days, that Stri Maryada was very, 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 very important. And therefore, Sita ji also, she only glanced for once. Sabhaya hridaya binavata jehitehi. And her heart was so full of that pure chaste love towards Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji. And she turned towards every god and started praying. In a row, she started thinking of all the gods. Manahi manamanava akulani hohu prasanna mahesa bhavani. In her heart, she started praying not only to all the gods, hohu prasanna mahesa bhavani, that which is there in my heart, may it happen. Hey Bhavani, hey Mahesha. Shiva Parvati, Karahu Safala Apani Sevakai. Hey Shiva Parvati, hey Devata, please, Karahu Saphala, let my intentions be fulfilled. May you please reward me for all the sevas that I have done. Apani Sevakai Karahu Safala, all the service which I have done, all the prayers that I have done, give me the result. How? Karihitu Karahu Chapa Garuai. Please make this chapa, the arrow, the bow, very light. See, there are very interesting. Two types of prayers will be there. One is, even in our normal life we say, there are two types of, what do you call it as? Devotees. One devotee says, Bhagavan, let anything come, make me strong so that I can face the challenge. And the other one says, remove all the problems. I don't want any problem. Don't give me any problem. I want to be happy only. This is another variety. Now, when I said these two, don't start judging. Please, don't start judging. There are two varieties. And everybody falls prey, or rather, everybody has both of the prayers at various occasions. One time we say, give me strength. Another time we say, remove obstacles. Both have the same meaning at the end. But however, what is my attitude? Here, Sita ji says, make it light. Now this shows, now please be very attentive. This shows the love Sita ji had for Ramchandra ji, and she didn't want Ramchandra ji to face heavy challenges and problems and situations, etc. So the love in her asks for not strength in Ramchandra ji. She says, make all that very simple so that Rama can easily go through it. Rama can easily lift the bow and break it. Therefore, make that bow light. It does not call for anything wrong. It only shows the amount of love Sita ji had towards Ramchandra ji. Gananayaka Baradayaka Deva Ajulage Kinhi Utuva Seva. Hey Gananayaka, the Raja of the Ganas, the captain of the Ganas, the leader of the Ganas, the Palaka of the Ganas. What Ganas? Shiva's Ganas. Gananayaka and Varadayaka Deva. Oh Deva, you are the Varadayaka, you are the bestower of boons to all your devotees. Oh Lord, please note this point. It is for this day, Ajulage kinhu tuva seva. It is for this day that I have been praying all through. Please understand, for this day I have prayed all through. Bara bara binati sunimori. Please listen to my repeated appeals. Vinati appeal. Please listen to my repeated appeals. Karahu chapa guruta atithori. Please make that bow very light. Atithori. Very, very, very light. So that Ramchandra ji can pick up easily without any pain. Dekhi dekhi raghubiratana. Again and again, she turned towards Ramchandra ji and grasped that particular beautiful form of Ramchandra ji in her heart. Suramanavadhari dhira. And every time she saw Ramchandra ji, she got some kind of confidence. She derived lot of confidence in her, the very sight of Ramchandra ji. And then she also prayed to all the gods. Bhare bilochana prema jala. Her eyes were filled with tears of love. That tears of ananda which she experienced seeing the beautiful form of Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra ji. Pulakavali sarira. Her entire body was experiencing that great horripilation and joy in her heart. We will leave at this here for this series, and we'll continue on the 16th of August. Thank you very much for all your support and inspiration.